YouTube. Hello, Facebook. Welcome. Hi. We are on time tonight. We are on time. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Live Tuesdays. I'm Amanda, and I'm from the company Fabric8. We are online creative supply store, and we do this every Tuesday night at 7. It's called Live Tuesdays. And we normally start with about an hour tutorial of some project or some pattern, and then we do a general Q&A for after that. And you are welcome to ask me any sewing questions. If you have other questions, crafting, or ask away, because if I don't know the answer, I will find you the answer. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome. Please tell us if you're here. Give us a like, give us a love.
Everything is working.
I don't know, how do you do that? Heart, give me a heart. And if you don't like my face, give me a poo emoji. Tell us you're here, people. Is my regulars here? Who can I say hi to? Len, Anima, who else is here?
Can you guys all hear us? Is everything good for you guys? It seems like it's all working on our side.
Tell us if you can hear us, if everything is cool, so we can start. Welcome, newbies. Tell us if you're new, so we can support you in your new venture.
This is we should tell people about the WhatsApp groups.
Okay, so we are, as I said, we're a company called Fabric8. And how do you find us? www.fabric, the word, with the number 8.co.za. And on our homepage, the first page that comes up, you'll see there's like a pink word menu at the top, and at the top there is like a bright pink button that says free sewing lessons. Everything we do on our live stream or our live Tuesdays are on there. All the old patterns, all the old projects are on there. We also have links to our different sewing, crafting, we have embroidery, we have knitting, we have a crochet group, we even have an Afrikaans sewing group on WhatsApp, and it's very social, very nice. You can just mute it. I always mute, and then I read like a bedtime story. I read all the WhatsApps. If you don't want to be involved in too many chats, we also have a WhatsApp group that says Fabric8 updates. That's just for updates. So you'll get reminded when we have lives. You'll get reminded if we have specials. And that is not even one WhatsApp a day. It's less than that. And we are the only ones that can talk on there. So there's no other people. But I will tell you this about our WhatsApp groups. It's very, very nice, and especially if you're new, there's a lot of people who can sew on there, and I'm also on there. And there's in the knitting groups there's always an expert or someone who knows better than you. So ask away. I've seen people ask for free patterns, not giving away patterns. I mean real free patterns that are free to give away, because we do not share bought or paid for patterns because of what's it called, something infringement, IP.
I have no idea.
IP, is it? IP, something
could
like
be
that.
correct. I don't know.
Yes. So I've learned things on the WhatsApp group. I've seen things done in different ways than I've done them, and actually better ways. So you're never too old or too perfect to learn. They are really awesome, and I think my oldies. I don't want to say oldies. That's my regulars are on there, and they have all bought the things that you might still want to buy or need, and they can help you. Again, hi everyone. If you're new here, please let us know. Just say hi, I'm new, so we can say hi back. If you regular, I need you to say hi to me. I've been saying hi. How many times have I said hi tonight? Have I gotten one hi back?
I don't know. Some people are saying things like, oh yes, hi, this is my second live. So glad able to watch tonight, which is
Who's
from
that?
Veronica on
Veronica,
YouTube.
hello. Hi, I'm glad you're here. Yes.
Margot says, hi, I'm a newbie, been following you for a while.
Margot, Hello, I'm glad you're here. Tonight you're perfect for a newbie. We have a very, very easy, simple project, and it's an awesome gift. You can see. Am I wearing it? Yes, I'm wearing it. My ma het altyd gesê, van die naald aan die gat. Now that is directly translated, it means from the needle to the ass, meaning you literally stitch it and then you put it on. Van die naald aan die gat is what my mother used to say. So I am wearing my lip ice. I'm going to make 10 of these and put them everywhere because my lip ice is never where I am. And I love my lip ice. So as I said, if you go on our website, www.fabric8.co.za, you'll see a bright pink button that says free sewing lessons. Every single project, we are busy with project 27 tonight. Every single project is on there. If it has a pattern, the pattern will also be on there. We have started converting all our patterns into little books that are at the moment for now free, so go get them. Okay, and you can see tonight's book looks like this, the front page, and then obviously a picture of the project. Then we have how to print the pattern, what you'll need, and then the instructions. There's the instructions. Took me all day to draw these pictures, guys. And then that's the pattern. Okay? A very important thing to remember is that every printer has its own setting, and it crops when you go right click print or file print or whatever you're using, because I don't know PCs, so that's Mac. And you say right click print, and you go into the print page, you'll see that there's a thing that says fit to page, and then above it or somewhere there it'll say scale. Now that scale, if it's 96, that's not right. You have to click there and make it 100%. You always have to print at least the pattern at 100%. You do not need to print this. So you can just select the last page on this project and print it at 100%. All right. Okay, and my next suggestion is that for tonight's pattern, I should have made it 2, but I didn't because we are saving the rainforest. Okay. I would print 2 of these, and I'll tell you when we start why. Okay. So there are also resources on our website. For instance, last week we posted the PDF pattern, the PDF color chart for 𝐓𝐷, which is the embroidery thread. Now that 𝐓𝐷, it's directly from the supplier, so it's not a picture I took. That is as close as you're going to get to the real colors. So that's on there. I know there's this little schmate, which is the machine needle. The little booklet is on there somewhere. So we try and give you everything you need. If you have questions, if there's something you want me to explain or do a tutorial on, please send us a WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number 061 533 4412. Send us a WhatsApp so we can help you find your way. All right. Anything else, Lisa?
Lisa said, okay, you guys remember you can ask questions. If you have any questions about the project that you're doing now, you can ask them and we'll answer them. If there's any other questions, ask them and we'll answer them at the end of the live.
Yes, so please try and keep the questions while I'm busy with the project related to the project. Afterwards, as I said, the Q&A is open. You can ask me anything. And then we've had quite a few people wanting us to do a little bit of a show and tell of the new products that's coming. So this behind me is all new products. So I will show you those. They take about a week to get up as soon as we go. So I'm going to put on, start strapping myself into this, I don't know what it's, thing so we can start the project. If anyone has a quick question about anything now, we can go with that. Otherwise, we are going to start our project. Matthew, tell me when that's...
Any questions with that? Okay, let's go. Guys, let's see this body cam come on. It's working lovely. Yay!
Okay, guys, so tonight's project, as I said, it's actually a keyring. All right, but I mean, I think it's quite cool. I'll show you. I changed it to have a little lobster claw on it, so it can actually just go on. Literally, it can clip onto anything you're wearing. Look, so you know, this is the project. So it has a little lid, and it. Okay, something else I want to tell you guys about our projects is, for instance, if you wanted to make this, but you wanted to make it slightly bigger for, say a hand sanitizer. Remember that percentage thing that I just talked about, printing at 100%. For instance, you can try print it at 110, and then the whole pattern will increase with 10%. So then you can get it a little bigger. If you would like your bag a little bit smaller than this, I made it big enough so that it can take, like, you know, lip gloss, the longer one. So it's actually compatible with that also. But if you want to make it, for instance, a little bit smaller, because for this lip eyes, it's a little bit big, you can. All right. Okay. So first things first, you will get your pattern paper that looks like this. And as I said, I would print out 2. Okay. And the first one, we're going to take that part and we're going to stick it to the bottom, and it's going to look like that. That's the full pattern. Okay. And then you'll see inside, you'll notice the dotted or perforation line. Okay. What I've done with the second pattern is I've actually cut on that. And in my explanation of what we're going to cut and how we're going to cut, you'll understand why I have this. All right. So first things first, I'm going to just leave my little thing open so that I stick to the same what's volgorde in Engels? Sequence. To the same sequence as I used in the pattern. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to need 2 types of fabric. You're going to need your outer fabric or your main fabric, which we have now. We've got this as our main fabric. And we need a lining fabric, which this is the one we chose for our lining fabric. And then we need fusible interfacing. All right, so that is just any fusible interfacing, not too thick because you don't want this thing to be too hard. But what I did is I took the really thin one and I actually double layered the fusing so that it's slightly thicker, because I don't keep all the types. So if I need a slightly thicker fusing, I just double up on this really thin cheap one. Okay, so what you then have to do is you're going to cut the smaller, the one that you've cut smaller, see? You're going to cut your fusing on this side. And this one is your fabric. So if you look at that, you'll see that's exactly my fabric size. And if you look at the back of my outer fabric now, I don't know if you guys can see, it's a little bit, but I have cut the fusing. See, now it's, if you put it there, you'll see the fusing then is actually the right size. It's 1 centimeter smaller all around. Okay, and then I fused this to the outside fabric, the main fabric. All right, and guys, this is such a simple pattern. Okay, so next we want to do is we want to take these 2. Remember, you're fusing to the wrong side of your fabric. Now you don't want to stick it on the pretty side. After you've fused it, you're going to put these 2, your outer and your lining, on top of each other. And our new little pin cushions, aren't they cute? And you are going to just pin it together. Right side to right side. So pretty side to pretty side. All right. And I'm a pinner. I know there's people who use fabric clips. That is up to you. There's no right or wrong. It's just that I have pinned my whole life, so I'm so used to pinning. All right, I'm pinning right round. Okay, and this is not perfect. Go. All right, and there. And if you look at step 3 on your instructions, you'll see that we are now, and I'm going to use a pen to draw it. We are now going to basically sew. We're going to start here. I'm going to show it to you just now. And we're going to sew right around at 1 centimeter, like that, like that, like that, up, down, round. And then we're gonna leave, remember to leave your turnout hole. So you're gonna sew right around, except you're gonna leave a hole for you to turn this thing around. Okay, so I have black thread in my machine. I know this. It's not the perfect color for this, but I always use a dark thread so you guys can see. All right, okay, so I'm gonna start at once again. Oh, I'm not. Just set this correctly. There we go. I'm going to start at 1 centimeter. This does not seem right. Wait. There we go. I was about to say. It didn't seem right. Okay. So I'm going to start there. And if you look at my settings, this is the normal stitch width is 0 and the stitch length is 2.5. But when I work with small things that I want to turn inside out, I shorten my stitch length. So I'm going to make it 2. Just because when we turn out and in that corner, and because we're going to cut away, we want the stitches to be more dense. Okay, so I've also got auto reverse on my machine. So it's going to start by enforcing and it's going to end by enforcing. And I'm also using the little scissors so that it cuts off the thread when it's finished. Okay, and we're just going to start, and we are going to sew at 1 centimeter. Remember, when you turn a corner, you put the needle in and lift and turn. I'm going to show you again. Look, when we get to the corner, wait, one more, go. And put my needle in, lift and turn. Okay, so, and then I am just gonna sew, as I said, at 1 centimeter around, and then this curvy bit is a little bit more, what do they call it, treacherous, but it's all good practice. I'm gonna go until I think I'm about 1 centimeter, and then I'm gonna test, and I'm quite okay, and I'm going to turn slowly, and I'm sewing slowly. Can you see, guys, that even me having sewn for many years, I still, when I go around a corner, a tight corner especially, or a curve, I still sew slowly. And then I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'll stop talking about what I'm doing. I'm going to just do it.
Jessica Hargreaves on YouTube says that she bought a whole bunch of fabrics today. So keen to make a few of these.
These are awesome little gifts, hey? I just want to say, I mean, imagine you can just, you know, if someone's having a hard day, you just give them one of these and you put a lip ice in it. It is like the coolest little gift.
Yeah, guys, I mean, come on, you know the love. You know, if someone like, you know, you give a little gift and everything, they're not expecting it. It's just like super cute. They just love it. So, you know, do one of those for someone.
Okay, so can you see I'm coming to the end now, and I'm going to stop at my line and reverse. So I'm enforcing there. Okay, so I don't know how that, can you guys see that? Okay, so the first thing I always do, well, besides cleaning up, anyone who knows me knows I am like pedantic about the cleaning up bit. Okay, so I'm going to clean up first. So the first thing I do, because I know when I turn this in, I'm going to have to fold this back to make that corner nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, can you see this? Let me see if I can get closer. There we go. I'm going to cut there. And I'm going to cut here. See that? And now what I'm going to do is I am going to pull this back and iron it so that when I get to this point, cut this a little bit closer. When I get to this point and I need to turn these in, they're already ironed and I don't have to think and worry about getting it a straight line here. So I'm going to turn that over. Let me just see. Turn over and iron them so that they're nice and flat. There we go. Okay. And the next thing I need to do, I don't know if you guys can see, but that little bit where my hole is. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down all the seam allowances to half. You're going to ask me now, why did you not just sew at that? Well, that's the thing. Most patterns, when you are turning inside out, you have to cut down some of the seam allowance. So
guys, we have a little bit of a poll going on YouTube to see if you like 𝐓𝐈𝐈, yay or nay for 𝐓𝐈𝐈. Instagram also, tell us in chat. Are you guys are you 𝐓𝐈𝐈 users? I'm not really. I think I just like to let my lips crack and bleed. But you know, you do you.
Okay, so the next thing we need to do is at every, can you see, I'm trying to get it close enough. At every corner, I'm going to cut away the corner, but I am never going to cut my own sewing line. So I'm cutting the corner just beyond my sewing line. This all makes the turn out process easier. Okay, so I have not cut on the curve. Can you see that? But I am going to also cut down at the curve and the other side. Okay, oops, and sorry. So I'm going to cut down that on the curve, and then the next thing we're going to do, I just want to, this scissor seems to have, I don't know, some kind of glue on it. Okay.
Those are cool little scissors.
Yes.
Where do you get them from?
They are in the shop. They're embroidery scissors, but they're also just called small scissors. But now I want you to see what I'm doing. I'm cutting on all the curve. I'm cutting little nips in, but can you see that I'm also not actually cutting through my own sewing? So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting what we call little nips, and that just makes the turning process easier. And we only cut these on the curves. We don't need them on the straight lines. So we're just going to cut them like that. Don't cut your thread because then you're going to have to re-sew.
Okay, guys.
Like that. And there. Okay, and now we're ready to turn this whole project in and out, inside out. Okay, so this side, this short side, is quite easy to turn. But this afternoon, when I made the sample, I found it quite difficult to get the other side through because of this little bit where it goes thinner, this bit. Okay, so I started using a tool that actually doesn't normally work like I used it, but I'll show you now. So it goes fine until you get to the thin part, because then it feels like it doesn't want to go through that little thin part. And then what I did is I used this. This is called a plastic. Oh, geez, what is it? It's almost like a pointer, almost like a plastic bodkin, but it has this long bit on it that's sort of rigid. So I just use that to push through the thinner hole. But it's still quite a mission, let me tell you. We're getting there. See, it's quite a mission getting it through this thin bit. That's how you use your mouth. I also have this that works quite well. But it just needs to be turned. That takes a bit. Other tools that turn, it all seems to have a problem coming through this thinner bit. But once you've got it through and you just push it, just be careful of what you use to push it, that you don't use something with a sharp point. Okay, see, there it goes. Okay, so now while I'm in there, I'm going to use the other side of this thing. I've never used this. I've never been, but this thing has come in very handy today. And I'm going to use it as a point turner. If you can see, I'm going to go to my corners and turn out all the corners nice and sharp, or as sharp as I want them. There, and then there's a little corner there, and there's a corner there, and as soon as I have them turned out,
Lisa says that's called the Easy Threader.
Yeah, that's the name. I couldn't remember it.
Well done, Lisa. Very impressive.
Yeah. Okay, so as soon as I have that, I'm going to start ironing, because we want this to be nice and flat. And then I'm going to go back in because I have more corners. This is it's a plastic easy threader. Now that I've always wondered why it's such a big thing, but now that I've used it like this, I really think it's quite cool because it has more than one function. It also works very well for pulling through, like, you know, the drawstring on a hoodie. And this little iron, guys, I know there's people waiting for them. They're out of stock. We are expecting new stock in middle June. I have, I think, 15 on order. So if you want them, you can order them on back order and be first in line to get them when we get stock. They are really awesome. It's the best thing I have discovered. The best sewing tool I have discovered in the last year and a bit. Okay, so can you see how that me ironing that in has helped to keep this nice, so that I don't have to struggle to find that edge. And I call this finger ironing, but I just roll it out so that my wrong side doesn't show on the right side, and then I'm going to iron it nice and flat. And same here. It seems like this corner is either not. Where's my thingy bitch? Let's just try and get that corner prettier because it's a little bit round. Oh, there we go. Get it out there. Come on, work with me. Work with me. There we go. Get that little corner out, and now with a little bit of steam and the help of our clapper. If you guys are wondering, if you knew what a clapper is, can you see how that flattens that? While I've already ironed here, it never goes as flat as when you steam and clap.
Lisa says tilt your body cam slightly more upwards because we're missing some stuff.
How's that? Okay, so I've done my clapper, and can you see how perfect is this? We're going to just do it on the other side also. Just, why not? So you just want to hold the clapper quite tight to the fabric, or just while the steam cools down. Okay, so that's done. You can see my hole is still here, but with this pattern we don't actually need to close that hole because we are going to be sewing top stitches, so we're going to close it anyway. This is now when we are going to take our original pattern, and you'll see now it should fit into that middle section, and we are going to mark our fold line here. Okay, once we've marked that, we're going to obviously fold up at our fold line. There, take the marks out, take that out, and just to get it nice and flat, we are going to clap it. Ons gaan dit net klap. Okay, so there you go. Can you see that is done? And now the next bit, I'm going to do this now before we actually do the top stitching. Next bit is we are going to use our cam plastic snap plier, and we are going to apply the snaps before we actually start sewing. Just want to get all the parts that I need. There we go. All right, and with the cam plastic snap plier, there we go. And you'll see that I also marked you on the pattern a little X. So if you want to be again, you want to be pedantic, but you can also just aim it. We're going to just give it a hole first. We're going to put our plastic cam through. There we go. We're going to put the, oh, that's the one side I want to put there. Put this one there. And while it's open, it's better, but you can also do this after the sewing bit. And you're going to aim and just check that you are actually in the center and press. There we go. And that one is attached. All right. Now we're going to do the same to the top, but remember, we need to come through the top now. Oh, wait. We can't actually do that one yet. We can only do this one because we first have to do the top stitching. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pin so this stays where it should be.
Jessica Hargreaves says, "Ooh, go check those nails." I didn't even realize they're not green; they're pink this time.
Yeah.
That seems different.
Okay, so what we need to do is we're going to do a top stitch all the way. We're not going to. We don't have to do a top stitch here. You're welcome to. You can either do a top stitch all the way around, or you can start there, go up, and out, and stop there again. All right. So I am going to put that there, get my angle. All right, what is hooking up? Go. Here we go. And I am gonna change my stitch length back because I don't want it to look like it's handmade. I want it to look like normal stitches. And I am going to start with my top stitch. Something. Oh, there we go.
So I'll ask, what is the difference between a cam plier and Hulk?
The Hulk, a cam plier works on the plastic snaps, the plastic cams, and that is if you don't want to go to the big expense of buying the Hulk. It is a little bit cheaper because it only works on the cam plastic snaps, but as I said, it's cheaper, and you know, many people actually never even go to the point where they are using metal snaps. Interesting question, because next week, guys, this is going to be part of my talk after. I have ordered every single die and every single type of thing that works on the Hulk. So next week, I'm first going to teach myself. Next week, I am going to go through every single die and how it actually works and what it's used for, and so that we all get acquainted with the Hulk, because I've been selling the Hulk, but I've actually never used it because I don't have one. I always wanted one, and now I feel too guilty to take one because I actually now it's stock. It feels like I shouldn't be taking stock, but I am actually going to open one, and we are going to play with the Hulk until we figured it out.
You guys excited for that? I think that sounds like a good live.
Yeah, so next week is going to be all about the Hulk, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that's arrived for the Hulk later. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to just end this off here.
So guys, do you know that Lisa's studying law? It's quite interesting because you could say that suing runs in the family.
Suing. Okay guys, so that's that. See, we've created our pocket, and that hole that we had here, it's closed by the top stitching. Alright, so now we want to... What did I do wrong? Did I fold it wrong? I folded it wrong. Don't tell me that. I thought I measured it. Jeez, you know, I measured it and it still didn't work. So we're just going to quickly unpick this. I don't know, it must have moved while I was camming, body camming, and trying to do the best I could. Anyway, we're just going to not do it the slow way. Sorry guys, I don't know how that happened. Make sure that you use the right marks, because I didn't use my own marks right. Anyway, it's luckily, if this happens to you, now you're going to know how to actually fix it. I don't know how that happened. It must have moved while I don't know, ironed or something, because I still marked it with the pattern. Okay, so there we go. Ready or not, we're gonna just iron that flat again. And I don't know how does it happen? We are going up a little bit. So it's gonna be there. And we're gonna check it this time before. We're gonna put that there. And that is perfect. Okay. They actually have to, let me sort of show you while I'm at it so that you know what went wrong. When we have sewn this now, when we fold this back, obviously this one has to fold perfectly on itself. So we need that overlap. What we had was this. It can't be like that. I don't know how that happened. I am perplexed. Okay, so I'm gonna just quickly fix this up. It's when you're talking and sewing, ne? Talking and sewing, this happens. Alright, so I'm gonna just fix that up quickly. Okay. Get down there, get down there. I'm actually going to do this one all the way around. Let's do that. And see what that looks like. It doesn't matter, it's up to you. Okay. There we go. Okay, fixed up. And now you know how to fix a mistake if it happens. Alright. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually sewn around the bottom. So what happens then is, I think the reason why you don't sew the bottom is so that it can actually take the shape of the lip ice. I don't know if, well, it's still going to do that, but it does make it look a little bit weird there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, now that we've done that, we're going to take the other piece. We're going to take our hole maker, and obviously you're going to use the marks that I gave you if you want to. If you don't, you can aim it. You just need to stay in the middle. There we go. And we're going to put that on there. Take our plier, and we are going to just get it nicely in the middle, because if you don't, then Because what it does, it actually squeezes that little black pillar, and it squeezes it in the middle and flat, so that it stays down. And that is a perfect fit. There we go. Okay, so now look how cute that is. Huh? I'm thinking, what, you could even make little cell phone pockets, or if you just widen them, or like pen holder maybe to attach to your handbag.
I think it's lovely.
Anyway, okay, so the next thing we need to do is you need to decide, because the pattern says that you're going to use a key ring. I'm going to show you. You're going to use a key ring, okay, which is one option, okay, putting it in there. Then you have to attach it like a key ring, or I made mine with a lobster claw, but I'm not going to make this one with a lobster claw. I'm just going to show you because I want two variants. All right, so I got it with a lobster claw. There we go. And so it can just hook onto a keyring. Okay, so those are your options. I'm going to do one with a keyring now. So we're going to put that back in there, and we're going to close this so we get it fitted nicely. People, if I look a little bit weird with my hands, I have arthritis in both my thumbs, so my work, I struggle with it. Okay, so now I want to show you what the pattern I made said you do a top stitch here, okay? And the reason I think for that, the reason I made it like that is that then you can, it sort of matches your, it doesn't come here right in the middle. It sort of makes that little bit a square again. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go and sew a straight line through here so that the keyring can't come off, which is there. Can you see? Just clean up. The black thread doesn't look too bad on this thing. There we go. I keep wanting to pick up that thread, but it's actually on the freaking fabric. So can you see that? If I can get close here, can you see that is made? I think it looks nice because it looks sort of like it should be there. If you don't like this to move around so much, you can also give it a small one there. If you look at this one, I don't know if you can see on the black, but can you see that's this thing turned inside, and I didn't like, okay, with the lobster claw. With the keyring it doesn't matter because the keyring is all round the same, see? But with the lobster claw, what was happening is the lobster claw kept turning in there, so I actually gave it another top stitch to keep the lobster claw that it doesn't actually move. But guys, that is it. It is done. Isn't that? Oh, it's not. It is done. Look at it. Isn't it the cutest little thing? There we go. Aww. And we close it. Listen, another thing. This, yes, I'm so bad with poppers. That's why I will never wear poppers, because my thumbs cannot do poppers. There we go. All right. You can also, if you don't have a cam plastic plier or the Hulk, you can also put a little bit of Velcro on each side. That might actually be easier for someone like me with bad thumbs, because the popper, unfortunately, for some reason, you need your thumbs. Yeah, see, I have no press in my thumbs. But
show
that's
it to Instagram
it.
nice and close.
I'm going to show you guys.
It's
look.
lovely.
Look, let me put some white paper behind it. Can you see it now? Is it in screen, Matt? Did you check?
Yes, it's good. It's in screen. Yes.
Okay, so that's the one with the keyring, and this is the one with the lobster claw. Okay, so it's a very simple, small project, but I quite like doing these because firstly, they fit into our live time. Also, they are awesome little gifts. I mean, I don't know, my kids are grown, but imagine your child has, what is it called? Market days.
Oh, yes.
This is an awesome little thing to sell at market days. You know, if you make this in, I don't know, Dora the Explorer, is she still a thing?
I don't know.
What is the new thing? Is it like it's those trolls, isn't it? Trolls
I honestly
or something.
don't know.
But in a kiddie's fabric and with a lapis in it. I think that's awesome. And also, I mean, who wouldn't want this? I actually a while back bought one. I paid for one when I was away and I wanted my lip ice close by. Guys, that is it. We have a little leftover from last week where we were working on bias tape, bias binding, and I said that I would show you. We were running out of time last week, so someone asked me about stitch in the ditch. Now, stitch in the ditch, the ditch is in between two fabrics, okay? But you can't stitch in the ditch when there's two loose pieces of fabric. So you use stitch in the ditch when you sew bias binding, and I'm going to show you. It's when you sew bias binding in the old-fashioned way, so not with the modern or the bias binding foot, but sewing it. I just screwed up my binding. Let me get that. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Okay, so I don't know what. Okay, so I'm gonna just sew the bias binding first to this fabric, and I'm gonna show you when I'm done. Just so that I can show you how to do what a stitch in the ditch is. My stitch in the ditch is going to look awful because the point of stitch in the ditch is to make it, to sew a stitch that you won't see from the front. Okay? So mine's not going to look great because mine is going to be black thread, but you will actually be able to see it. Okay, so I've attached my bias binding. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just iron it. So this is, as I said, it's sort of the older way of doing bias binding. And again, I'm going to turn it over. And it seems like I need to be cutting this a little bit down. So we want the binding to actually cover this back stitch so that it doesn't show, so that you only have the stitch in the ditch in the front, and also the one stitch at the back. So I'm just cutting down my binding at the back, my seam a little bit. This is up to you. You don't have to do it. I took the thin binding. Normally I use a thicker binding, then I don't have to do that. Okay, so I'm going to fold this over. Can you see that when I fold this over, it is actually covering the black stitch on the back. So now that is done. Now this is the front, this is the back. Look, this is the back. It's not been sewn yet, okay, but this is the front. And I want to show you guys, and this here, this line here, that's the ditch, okay. So I'm going to show you Insta. So that's the front, that's the back. It hasn't been sewn yet, okay, and that in between is the ditch. Okay, so if you were, I'm sewing in black, so remember it's not going to look right, but if you were using this light blue thread to match this perfectly and you were stitching in the ditch, you wouldn't actually see that stitch. So I'm going to just show you what I'm going to try and get close here so that you guys can see. Can you see how I'm stitching in the ditch? I'm literally stitching where those stitches previously was made. So that is stitching in the ditch, guys. It's not so higher grade as it sounds, and I want you to try this at home, but remember that you stitch in the ditch, you need to match up your thread to either one of these two. I'm not going to finish so I can show you. Alright, can you see that that is stitch in the ditch? And can you see in the back? Now I only have one one line of sewing. What is it? One stitch. Okay, so stitch in the ditch there. That's the front. And at the back, I only have one line. All right. So you can, if you look at this close up, let me try and show you. Can you see that it's right in there? My sewing. So with the black, you can see it easily. But can you imagine that if it was one of the two colors here, you would not even see that stitch. So that is what stitch in the ditch is, guys. Done for the day.
Was that helpful, guys? Did you enjoy that stitch in the ditch? If you guys are going to try the 𝐓𝐈𝐈𝐄 keyring, please let us know. I hope it's, you know.
Are we putting off the body cam?
Yes, we can put off the body cam. Let's do
guys,
that.
We are done with our tutorial. If you liked it, please tell me, because I am here. I always say I work in a vacuum. If I don't hear from you, I don't actually know if you liked what I'm doing, if I'm helping, if I'm not. If you have ideas, remember, WhatsApp me on 061 533 4412. And for those of you who have just tuned in, I sound like a radio person. I'm Amanda, and this is Fabric8 Live Tuesday, and we are a creative supply store, and we're on the interweb, like my husband would say. And our website is www.fabric8.co.za. And if you're on our homepage, you will see there is like a really bright pink button that says free sewing lesson. All our patterns, all our projects, all our lives, everything is on there. Also all our WhatsApp groups. So if you're new to sewing, you want to join our WhatsApp groups, please do. There's a lot of people who actually know what they're doing on those groups, and there's a lot of newbies, and I see questions all day long, even people struggling to get patterns or anything. Ask on there, someone will help you. I help sometimes, but I'm not always at the phone. So please join. We have sewing, we have a knitting, we have a crochet, we even have an Afrikaans sewing group, a noodwerkgroepie. We have embroidery. I don't know what else we have. Quite a few. And then we also have our WhatsApp update group, which is not open for everyone to speak. It's just us, and we give you updates, like for instance this live, or if we have a special or new products, and that is not even one WhatsApp a day. So you will not be bombarded, but otherwise just set your group to mute and read it when you can. Okay guys, so now I'm open for questions, and I'm gonna please ask the questions, but I think quite a few of my regulars do like the fact that I show them the new products. So please guys, the new products are not up yet. We received them literally yesterday and today, so they will probably be up next week. But I'm excited, and I hope you're excited too. So I want to show you.
Okay,
right.
So Saki asked, how would you go about starting your own clothing business?
Oh, geez, that's such a big question. It depends on what you want to do. Depends on how big you want to go. If you are just want to make stuff for people that you know, then you're going to make once-offs, and you're going to make them a dress for like a wedding, or you're going to make them a dress for a christening, or going to, I don't know, whatever. But if you are wanting to start your own business, like big time, so you're going to make, like, instead of just 1 or 2 dresses, you're going to make 10 or 15 in each size, then that is quite a big business question. So first you need to source your fabric. There's so much to go into that it's almost impossible to tell you now, but my suggestion is start small, make a few things, sell it on the internet, sell it on Facebook, sell it on, see what people like, make a few things, see what sells, see how long it takes you, see if you're making enough money, because otherwise you're going to make 10 or 15 dresses, and then you're going to see it's never going to sell because people want it, I don't know, slightly different. So I would say experiment by selling on Instagram or Facebook, make a few things and see if you can sell that before you start big. All right,
Cool. Then someone else, how would you increase the size of a pattern?
Okay, so this does not count for all patterns, guys. This counts for easy patterns like this. And also, this does not count for, I'm going to take this pattern and I am going to make a crossbody bag with it. You can increase the size of a pattern a little bit. All right? The problem comes in, let me explain why you can't increase it from 100% to 200%. It's not going to fit on the printing page. Okay? So that's the problem. So you can increase it, the amount of percentage that it still prints out the whole pattern. Okay? So if you look at this pattern, this is what it prints out at 100%. So I'm thinking 110, maybe 115, it will still fit onto one single page. Okay, so that is how I do it if you want slight alterations. Okay, because then it actually enlarges it everywhere. All right, but you can't do this to a dress pattern because it will not fit onto the A4 size anymore.
Can you show the page a bit closer for these two cameras, please? Sorry about that. I can do it if you want.
No, I'm just hooked my leg. Okay, so that's what I mean. This specific pattern still needs to fit onto this printing page. So I can't make it 200% because then it's gonna fall off this page. All right, so you can increment it until it doesn't fit. So if it's one of our patterns that actually match together, fit together like 10 different pages, you can try increment it small by 105, 106 until it stops fitting into the page. But they are made to print at 100% on an A4 paper. So it's not really possible with all patterns. This is a small pattern and it fits easily into an A4.
So Delia says, love the thread stand I bought from you as well as the bobbin holder.
Zandile.
It might be, yes.
Okay.
So I also says that she likes the groups a lot. She finds it very useful.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
When drawing patterns for clothes, how do you make the size go from small to a large size?
Okay, that question, it's called grading. Okay, so you can Google the word grading patterns. I absolutely refuse to grade. So what I would do is I would draw up a small and a medium and a large and an extra large pattern because I do not like grading. I think that is why clothes in the shops don't fit in certain sizes because they were designed for a size 8 or a 10 and they graded up to a 16, and we don't grow everywhere when we get bigger. We don't get taller, for instance. Our arms don't get longer. So I hate grading for that reason. So if I ever had to draw up patterns for small, medium, large, and extra large, I would have 4 basic blocks. I would have 4 different size patterns drawn from 0 all the way.
Carmen says, small request, can you bundle the tailor's ham sleeve ironing table mat clapper and prim iron to a kit to buy together?
Oh, yes, we are gonna do that. Okay, we are gonna do that to give a little bit of discount. What did you say? What was the grouping?
Tailor's ham sleeve ironing table mat clap or ironing table / mat clapper and prim iron.
All of that. Okay. I'll make some groupings and then see if I can organize, or if I can do a little bit of discount on that.
Cool. And then someone asked, it's cold there in Cape Town as it is over here along the north coast?
It is cold, but it's not that cold tonight, hey Matthew? It's cool,
not that bad.
But it's not that cold. I mean, I have a top and a long sleeve t-shirt, so for me it's not hot. But it's not that cold, no.
Yes. And then someone said, hallo from Vredendal. Ek moet dankie sê vir die vorige week wat jy die corners gewys het. Dit het my so gehelp. Ek en my ma is besig om tafeldoeke te maak vir ons kerk en ek het julle live gekyk. Toe wys jy jou manier om die corners te doen. Dit werk uitstekend. Dankie.
Okay, so if anyone else wants to know how to do that, and I'm glad, and did you hear Matthew? Matthew, when we met him, could not speak a word of Afrikaans, and he is doing very well.
My Afrikaans is delicious.
It's very delicious. Okay, so if anyone else, thank you for that. I'm so glad. It's called a meter corner, and we did it on last week's tutorial. So if you go back to last week's live, you'll see that it is a very easy way of doing it.
Now Jessica Hargreaves on YouTube is laughing at my Afrikaans. Yes,
Oh,
guys.
Jessica, we're going to make you speak Afrikaans. Guys, I want to tell you something. We are in the works. We are working and organizing, and I don't know what to say, but we are working on a charity project, and the one we're working on is with 𝐓𝐔𝐄𝐓. It'll be us exclusively, and the other one we're working on is Warriors of Hope. And if you're wondering about Warriors of Hope, they also do the fabric sanitary pads for girls, but we can't work on that because that's very fabric specific. So I am working on a few projects that we will do over a year, and because with the when COVID started, I started a mask project, and we actually made and gave away for free 75,000 masks. And it wasn't me. I did all the cutting. I think I cut 75,000 masks, but I did not sew 75,000 masks. I had people all over the country helping make masks, and we just gave it to first, what is it called? First
Aiders, first responders.
First responders. We gave it to children's homes. We gave it to, and it was so fulfilling. And I've never really previously in my life done anything like that, and it was good for my psyche, and I think we should all give something back. And so we are working on the projects. It's going to be cool. It's going to be lekker, and yeah, I'm very excited. I've been working on finding charity organizations that people trust. So that's why we are looking at 𝐓𝐷, because they are very trustworthy and they give to everyone, and also Warriors of Hope. All right, so big news to follow. All right, so shall we do a few new things and then do more questions, or is there more questions?
There's no new questions right now, unless I'm missing any, but I think that's all of them for now. So yeah, show us some new products.
So I have previously shown you this, but I now also have the add-ons. So this is the prim, guys. This, if you know anyone who sews and has one of these, they will tell you it's one of the best ones out there. Okay, so I'm not talking about buying the big green Hulk. Okay, I'm talking about someone who's doing things for themselves, and they're not. The Hulk is more of a bulk thing. So you're making, like you're making these to sell at a market, and you make like 800 of them. Then I wouldn't be working with a hand press. I would also prefer to work the Hulk. But the nice thing about the prim, it's called the 𝐵𝐴𝐴. The nice thing about it, it is quite wide in what it can do. All right. So for instance, in this kit, it has what I call jeans buttons, but the other day someone told me they're actually used in jackets also, and you can also use them to they look like the old school blazer buttons, but they actually fit to a clothing like a jeans button. Okay, so in this kit you can do those, you can do the eyelets, you can do the slightly bigger jersey eyelets, you can do so, And the nice thing about Prim is that it has all the attachments in here to use on this one. This is the kit. You also get the loose, just the, let me show you these pictures. Maybe that'll be like a good, let me show you, I think, yeah, let me show you this. I don't know if you can see, but those, see that? It's like fancy poppers, man. See? Okay, so, and another thing that I recently found is that it can also, get this so that it's upright in the box, there we go. It can also do, very cool, it can also do.
They couldn't see on YouTube. If you can show it again, please.
On
Sorry
YouTube?
about that. Yes, on YouTube.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna use this one because it is out still. YouTube. Can I come closer? Even?
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Right. Okay. And what I never knew is that it can also do plastic. I want to get this. Oh! It can also do the plastic cans. But I don't know if you guys can see, but these are stars. Little stars. And silver star. Let me show you guys. There's a silver. Can you see? They are stars. And also the round normal one. Oh, Insta's getting my arm. There we go. Where's that picture? There. See? That's a heart shape. Look. Heart shape. There's the picture. Okay. So the two, they are, and that's such cool colors. Look. Oh, the colors are delicious. Look at that. Oh. Anyway, and purple. Ooh. Okay, and these the pliers are on our website, but these are brand new. They will go up still. Very cool, and they work with both of these. And if you already have one, and because I know the next question, and it's not here, but I also have the little kit that you can buy with the attachments for the plastic cams. So if you already have a Prim Vario plier and you don't have the plastic attachment, I have those little kits separate also. Alright, so that is the Prim stuff. Any questions?
No, it does not look like it, guys. If there's any questions, ask them now. Otherwise, we will be leaving you.
No, we have more stuff.
Oh, more products. Oh, there's still more products. Sorry,
No,
guys.
no, it's still early.
I thought that was it.
So we are opening up on our homepage. You will very soon see a new section called Pimp My Studio. Okay, and I am going to find things that we can use as decorations or just organization things for studios or sewing rooms or whatever you want to call it. We call it a studio because that means anyone who does anything creative can use the stuff. Okay, so the first Pimp My Studio thing is, I saw this on the internet and it's so cool. People decorate their sewing machines. Now you don't have to, please guys, this is not my but I think it's a really cool idea. So we have these awesome
Someone said
stickers.
after your last thing, Taryn Barry on YouTube said add to cart.
Add to cart. Okay, so I have these awesome sewing, look, stickers, so you can like pimp your sewing machine or your craft room, but they are like many, even your knitting. All right, so these will probably at even sewing machine, a knitted sock. Anyway, so we are going to I'm going to probably group these because some of them are sewing and some of them are more arty. But yes, that's the one type. We are awaiting a ton of these, but these are the two that have come. Sorry, they tend to cool once they're out of the bag, so I just put them in this book so that they don't cool. All right, that's it. And then we also have these sets, all flowers, blommetjies, klomplommetjies, larkies, all different like that. We have those, all right. And this could be nice for, you know, even decorating your desk or your sewing cabinet or whatever you want to decorate. I mean, you could even stick them on the wall in your bathroom. Some of them are so nice. All right, but what I specifically saw is...
I'll show them to you.
Okay, but I specifically saw is in America, they decorate their sewing machines. All right, so another thing, this is all part of Pimp My Studio, because you are going to be in your studio, but I'll also give you a cool idea. So I don't know if you guys know or have seen that these metal pins are really the thing to do lately. It is the cool thing at the moment, and I have always loved metal pins. Maybe it's because I'm a teenager of the 80s, but these are metal pins. And if you don't wear metal pins, I've seen people take, like, you know, the embroidery hoop or a frame, and they put a piece of fabric in it, frame a piece of fabric, and then they pin their pin collection on there. All right, so otherwise, I mean, you could just wear it. I have one of these and I just wear it. So I'm gonna take them all out, and then Matthew can show you. We have some sewing machines, very cute. And these are all sample sort of stock to see if they work. We'll even make our own ones specifically. Where's those? Where's the new ones? Why is it not? Oh yeah, we got it. This is really cool. So these will be up soon, and I love this one. This one is actually more of a makeup one, but I had to buy it because it says put your war paint on. So these are also cool for your crafting bags, or like me, I have a backpack with all the pins I've ever found is pinned on there. So this is a little, I think these are the ones we have for now. We might get more stock later. Let's see if there's anything else. No, that's it. All right. And these, I think they're around 45, 55 rand. So they're nice and cheap, because I've seen these go for mad prices. I mean, like 100 rand a pin. So that's the one thing. Then another thing we got, I actually saw someone said something on one of the Facebook groups earlier, saying that it's such a cute gift, and I knew I had some coming, but I didn't want to say it until they arrive. It's a little keyring. If Matthew can show you, it has little charms. This is an awesome gift to give to someone who likes sewing. This is all my cool toys. And then this is brand new. If I can get one out. Oh, wait, it's all, is it tied together? Yes. Okay, so this is new. It is that little thingy, majing. I can't take them apart now. That you normally get with, if you can show that, let me get the black. Yeah, that you get with a cell phone attachment. So this is cool. For instance, if you wanted to make something that attaches to a cell phone, or just it's almost like a small tiny keyring thingy. Okay, but I know a lot of people who do embroidery. They make like little keychain things, and this is perfect to use with that. So that is that. Do we have? Oh, yes, that's it. That is it. Any more questions? Then I want to show you, if there is more, we can go ahead. I'm going to show you all the things we're going to do with the Hulk. Guys, this is so cool. Let me just get all of this out of the way. There. Okay, so I have ordered, not everything of everything, because I just wanted to do a test first. But the Hulk is supposed to be able to do those jeans buttons I just talked about. There's different sizes and colors in here. I call them jeans buttons. They ain't really jeans buttons. They are metal poppers or metal studs. All right. That's the real like ones that normally go on the jeans. You also get the jeans buttons that have, but these are just the normal ones. And then we have what is called the pull headed, also press studs. Very nice.
Didn't you use these to make my
shirt?
Yes, the shirt.
No,
exactly.
yours is actually buttons, but they look just like that. But you could use that, the same thing. Okay, and then just our normal. This has been up a while, but that's just the normal press studs. And then I wanted to show you guys the different sizes of. This should be fine to just do this. These are eyelets. All right, so I have now recently, actually, we also now are going to have the dies that fit into the Hulk for these eyelets. Okay, all right. And then, I don't know if there's anyone here that does covered buttons. Yeah, I can't take this apart, but you know the old-fashioned covered buttons that you used to cover with, you could cover them with fabric. Now we also have the dies for them. So if there's anyone out there making wedding dresses or matric farewell dresses with those like hundreds of little buttons covered, you can also use the bulk for that. So this is all next week's project, but I actually personally have to figure it out before I can show you how to do it. So next week is going to be Hulk. It's going to be Avengers all the way. Okay, that's it. Anyone with another question?
Yes, guys, ask your questions quickly.
Yeah, you got like 10 minutes. 12:30, we are done. Any questions? Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy, even though it's a simple pattern for people who sew a long time, but it's such a easy way of getting something very simple. I mean, there's better ways to do this. There are always better ways to do this, but this is an easy, simple way to do it, and you can make like 100. You know, I know Christmas is far away, but I mean, yeah.
Cool, guys. Did you enjoy that? Did you have fun today?
I
did.
Woo! Give me some likes. Every single thing you say on any one of my streams makes a difference, and I am grateful to every single person. If you don't want to say anything, just give me a heart, or as I said, if you think I'm not going to say the word, then you give me a poo emoji. I don't mind. I like being liked. No, that sounds really dumb. But please, the comments makes a difference. It makes Instagram and YouTube and all of Facebook show it to more people, and that's all I ask of you. Please, guys. I'm sure, I don't know, Lisa might be back next week. She is full-time busy with her studying at the moment. She handed in her, what is it called? It's a brief for her thesis.
She had a proposal for a thesis.
And she has 2 subjects that she has to write briefs for. the one was handed in yesterday, and the
No,
next
it's
one
all-
is next week.
No, it's all
Are they
handed
all
in.
done
Yeah,
now?
it's all done, yeah.
Oh, great stuff. I thought it
Yes.
was another one.
No, it's all done, thankfully.
Okay, so, well, that's that. Then she just, last term, she has to do the actual thesis.
Yes. And then I think she has another actual physical subject she'll have assignments for in that
Oh,
as
is
well
it?
again.
I
Yes.
thought- oh,
I
okay.
think so. I'm
Oh,
not
okay,
100%
yeah.
sure.
So she's almost done with her master's in law. Child law. Family law. Child law.
Child law.
Any questions? Anyone? Can I say bye? Can I go eat?
Oh, you guys, you better hurry now. You see,
You
your
see-
silence is making Amanda hungry.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Guys,
I still need to go throw petrol in. I mean, I can be that desperate. I don't know.
I mean, it's quite a lot of money, but I'm also like, it's cold.
I have literally my car said to me that it needs petrol.
Oh, no.
And I am on empty.
So, Lisa wants to ask people on YouTube and Facebook, how's the background music? Lisa's dad, Amanda's partner, hated it. I quite like it, but you know, I'm just a more joyful person. So give us your opinion.
Does it bother you, or do you not mind it? Tell us. Is it too loud, or is it too soft, or should it just not be there, or yeah, doesn't bother you? Give us words.
Yes. Or there's a poll on YouTube if you want to vote. Instagram. I know you don't have background music, but you know.
Yeah.
Yes. And then yes, that's good. Cool. No, I thought about the petrol thing. I
should go, Sika.
been up since 3.
But I don't know if I'm gonna even. I don't know. I use so little petrol that I don't know if it's worth it. Because I literally use a tank a month.
Oh no!
So to me, that's like, yeah, okay. Getting out now, going to queue for petrol. I'm sure I could still go to Tiger Valley twice on this tank. That's already telling me to. But I still have 50 Ks to go. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you for joining me. Please, guys, like, share. What is there? Give me some hearts. Give me love. Click that love button. Instagram. Give me big hearts. Doesn't it go like, if you press it a lot, it gives you a big heart or something? Hold it in. Then it does like hundreds of hearts, and then your face pops up.
Is that a thing? I don't even know.
On Instagram, I'm sure it is. Yeah. And where else would I have seen it? I don't do TikTok or any of the others.
Lisa says it's a new feature. I'm not really that. Oh, it sends fires instead of hearts.
Fires.
Yes, it sends fires instead of hearts. So
Get
guys,
that
send
button
fire.
and send me some fire. Okay,
Yes.
guys, are we done?
Yes, guys.
Is that it?
You're gonna, let's then say goodbye. I hope you guys miss us
so much.
See you guys next week, and
Go
we're gonna
to
be
our
going off.
website. I've loaded pre-orders. Some awesome stuff. They're not sewing related, but you can use them for sewing. I loaded some awesome scarves, but I don't wear scarves. I used my scarves to make curtains for my bathroom. Very, very cool. Anyway, go have a look. It's on pre-order or on new products. Thanks, guys.
Say goodbye.
Bye, Instagram. Bye, Instagram. See you next week.
Say goodbye to everyone else.
Bye, YouTube. Bye, Facebook. See you next week.